Hey, good evening. It is Tuesday night, and my name is Scott Brewster, and I'm hoping a friend shared this video with you tonight, and because we've bumped into something, and your friend thinks you might be interested in hearing about something called SuperOne, and I'm going to spend a few minutes telling you about it. But before I get started, let me just little housekeeping. First of all, it's nice to meet you if I don't know who you are, and second of all, I wanted to convey to you that I am not an employee of the entity that I'm about to share with you, SuperOne. I'm not an employee or an officer or anything like that. I'm just a guy like you are. I'm a father of 5 boys, and I'm actually vice president of a company that processes pharmacy claims. And so, but over the years, the last 7, 8, 10 years, I've really paid attention because I knew fundamentally that really everybody needs to have multiple sort of streams of income. So over the last few years, I've been really lucky and grateful to have created a 7-figure flow sort of on the side. And it's been dramatically helpful to my family. And I think it's been helpful to a lot of other folks. And so I've got a pretty good eye as to what to look for and what to not look for. And so I wanted to share SuperOne with you because I think I've found, along with some of my friends, something that could dramatically impact you. Now, before we get started, let me just put your mind at ease. I'm not about to tell you about some kind of lotion or potion or cream or something that you need to take to, grow hair or lose weight or feel better or whatever. There's good stuff out there. There's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of people, they don't want to chase down their friends and family and tell them about stuff. And I get it. It's sort of a tough way to go. Plus, a lot of people don't want that ongoing expense associated with a product. So what I do want to tell you about, though, is something that I think you could very simply do, and I think people are going to do it all over the world very easily, and that is participate in a game. Now, before I jump in and tell you about this, I want you to think about maybe going back with me in time 3 or 4 years. And let's say that Mr. Fortnite comes to you, and obviously I know there's no Mr. Fortnite, but let's just say Mr. Fortnite comes to you and says, hey, I've got this great game. I think people are gonna fall in out of the sky and they're gonna be on this island and they're gonna shoot each other and they're gonna try to escape the island. It's gonna be great. People are gonna be playing it on their PlayStation and their phones. Hey, Scott, if you'll tell people about this game, every time they buy a gun or a shield or something, we'll pay you a little something. And if you'll tell your friends and tell their friends and tell their friends, we'll pay you a little something on everything that goes on in your organization. If someone had come to me 4 or 5 years ago and made that offer to me, frankly, I would have thought they were crazy, right? And I would have said no. And for those of you that don't know anything about Fortnite, you know that Scott would have just forfeited hundreds of thousands or maybe $1 million over the last few years if I had just gotten a little piece off of the guns and the ammo that everybody buys or whatever they're doing in Fortnite. I'm not a gamer, I don't know. But I know my kids are always asking for $5 or $10 or $15 to buy this or that in various games. You see, guys, the gaming world, not just Fortnite, but the gaming world is a multi-billion-dollar industry. A multi-billion-dollar industry. So, what I want to share with you about is a game that's coming out this summer. And it doesn't matter if you're in Japan, or you're in Florida, or you're in Canada, or you're in South America, it doesn't matter. Everybody all over the world is going to be able to play this game in multiple language with one centralized currency, or I should say a decentralized currency. Now, it's going to be a lot for you to absorb here in the next few minutes. So, good news. I have to this live event, I've attached 3 things. One is a short little video where I talk very fast and I cover a lot of information in 7 minutes. That is designed for you to send to friends and family for them, maybe it's a text message or something. Some people will commit 7 minutes to you where they're not gonna watch a 30-minute live event. So that little video, I hope is helpful. So we've done that. Number 2 is there's a PowerPoint deck. You can go through the deck, and I really would like to ask you to do that because you're gonna see this game is graphically beautiful. The pictures, the interface, these guys have spared no expense. It is really good looking. And then number 3 attachment is how to get started. Not with me, but how to get started with your friend who shared this video with you. So if you're in SuperOne currently, hit share. If you know anybody with a cell phone in the world, hit share. Basically, everybody on planet Earth needs to download this game and have some fun with it. All right? Now, let's talk about, number one, what it is, and number two, why on the earth is a 50-year-old father of five sitting here at 9 o'clock on Tuesday night telling you about a game? Well, what's in it for me? Well, what's in it for you? And we'll talk about that here in just a second. But before we get to the money side, let's talk about the game. Because if the product is no good, the money doesn't matter, right? And now, before we get there, let me tell you some good news. If you want to interface with this, it can cost you anywhere from nothing to $50,000, right? It really depends on how quickly you want to get engaged. Obviously, more people are closer to nothing than they are to 50,000, but there's a lot of big-time business people around the world that immediately saw this and are throwing in some big money because they want to own a piece. We'll get to that in just a second. Let's talk about what it is. Now, here's the brilliant part about this game. Guys, it is very difficult, almost impossible, at this point for a game to launch globally and create some new interest, right, where no interest exists. Very difficult. You know, maybe Pokemon Go was a good example, sort of created this mystical chase of a Pokemon right out of nowhere. What SuperOne has done, though, to make it easier for us to share this and make it go virally very quickly is instead of creating an interest where there was none, SuperOne is tapping into multiple shelves of billion-dollar industries currently. What I mean by this is I've been involved in the past with launching a sports app. Now, sports app's great, but if someone doesn't care for sports, they didn't care for the app, done, right? What SuperOne realized is there are millions, billions of people that like sport, be it soccer or American football or tennis or cricket or polo or whatever, right? People love sport. A lot of folks, billions of people. So, do we have sports? Check. Yes, right? But a lot of people, sports, but they're really into movies, all right? Are we gonna have movies and pop culture? Check, right? Now, some people are, movies, pop culture, sports. I'm really into geography and traveling, Scott. What you got? Well, we got geography, we got traveling. You see, guys, SuperOne is at its core one simple game, but with many, many different things to do in that one simple core platform. Now, what is that one simple core platform? Well, me, for instance. Again, 50-year-old guy, I don't know how to game. I don't want to figure out a bunch of stuff. I don't want to push a bunch of buttons. When I go back up there and my sons are playing Fortnite, it goes, whew, I don't know how to push all those things. What I do know, though, is if I want to participate in a game, and I'm going to talk to you in detail about that in a second, but if I want to participate in a game, if there's a yes, no, if there's a swipe left, right, I can do it very simply, right? In other words, is this the Arc de Triomphe? Yes or no? Yes, no, yes, no. Like a dating app, right? Swipe left, swipe right, that kind of thing. I can do that. I can do it in a business meeting. I can do it while I'm on the subway with one finger. I can participate very, very easily in a simple swipe left, swipe right kind of game. So here's the thing, guys. The game taps into all of these different multiple levels of interest, be it sports, be it pop culture, be it movies, be it geography, be it travel, and it's simple. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Let's say that I've got a friend stationed in South Korea, right? And he's in the Navy and he's in South Korea and he's a big Saints fan and I'm a big Saints fan. Let's say the Saints are heading to the Super Bowl, right? There's a lot of let's says here, but you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. But let's say the Saints are on the way to the Super Bowl. And I know that Paul would absolutely do anything to be able to go to the Saints Super Bowl game because he's a big fan, right? Imagine a world where I could send Paul a message and say, hey, Paul, I've got this game. It's called SuperOne. They're about to give away Super Bowl tickets. Not the tickets, but the tickets and the travel and the hotel, everything. They're going to bring us, you and I, together. If we can compete and win this tournament, we can go to the Super Bowl, right? You want to play? Paul's going to be like, how much does that cost? I'm like, nothing. I'll send you the app. Download it. Let's go. So I tell Paul to download it off the Google Store or App Store or whatever. Paul downloads it, and Paul plays. So he and I are partnering up, and we're swiping, swiping, swiping. Maybe he likes geography, and I like history, whatever. We're swiping, and we're a pretty good team. And we're doing pretty well in this tournament. but not quite there. And so Paul runs out of credits that came with his download. Stick with me here. When you really get this, you will have trouble sleeping tonight. All right, you ready? Paul runs out of credits. He gets a notification. Hey, Paul, do you want to buy more credits? Paul says yes or no, right? He's probably going to say yes because he's trying to win the Super Bowl tickets. So he might spend $5 or $10. However, if he wants to watch an ad to earn his way into a game, he can click and watch a Mercedes ad, watch the ad, and then get the credits. In that case, Mercedes has spent a little bit of money to get Paul's eyeballs on that app for a few minutes. So the advertising money went into the app, or Paul's money went into the app. Either way, those are kind of how apps are a multi-billion-dollar global industry. It's not that people pay $10 to download them. It's that people download them for free and then spend a lot of money and a lot of advertising dollars inside of the app, thereby creating billions. Are you following me so far? Now, let's say that Paul's downloaded it. Now I'm off and doing something else, but Paul wants to try to win World Cup tickets. Maybe he wants to win a cruise. Maybe he calls his wife and says, hey, let's try to win a cruise. You jump on, I'll jump on, you take history, I'll take sports, let's see if we can win. And Paul tells his wife. His wife tells her tennis partner. Her tennis partner tells her son, who tells their brother, and it spreads around the world because I asked Paul to play a game with me. I want you to get this. I want you to get this because we're about to get to the money part, but you have to understand how massive, and I hate to use this word in today's world, but think about how viral this is. Was I sheepishly going to Paul and say, hey, Paul, you're looking kind of fat. I got a weight loss cream for you, right? Do you have any energy? I got some CBD or whatever. I'm not chasing him or selling him something. I'm asking him to play a game with me because I know what his interest is and we together want to win something. Guys, this is why this thing is growing exponentially right now. I got involved 5 weeks ago. I've got thousands of people around the world on my team going, gimme, 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 gimme. They're dying for the game to start this summer. The game itself doesn't come out till August, but I'm about to show you how you can put yourself in this billion-dollar income stream, right? Because understand what's happening. Understand the brilliance of SuperOne. I've told you two things they're marrying, but I'm about to tell you a third. And if you get this third little piece, you will love what you hear. Now, what are we doing? We're marrying gaming, multi-billion-dollar industry, right? And then we're marrying sports, movies, trivia, all the geography, travel, all of these things are billion-dollar industries of their own. So we've got the app, and then we're marrying it to all these other billion-dollar industries, right? Now, get this. That alone is pretty cool. Getting paid as that ecosystem grows is really fascinating. But let me tell you what's happening here. I've done networking over the years. Like I mentioned, I've been successful, and sometimes they pay you by the month. Sometimes they say, hey, Scott, the weekend's on Friday. We'll pay you for what you did last Friday, next Friday. It sounds like Wimpy and Popeye hamburger kind of thing. I'll pay you next Wednesday for the work you did today kind of thing. That's how networking has most of the time worked. Now, you might have a job and you get paid bi-weekly. Now, over the last few years, I've really loved this because I get paid weekly with my networking. I get paid bi-weekly with my job. I basically have checks running all the time. But when I heard about SuperOne and they said, Scott, we're not going to pay you weekly. And I'm like, there's the catch. You're not going to pay me weekly. And they're like, no. We're going to pay you not daily, not hourly. How does being paid in a few seconds sound? And I'm like, how would I be paid in a few seconds? And I was, I'm not sure that I believed it, right? But let me tell you what happened. I got involved, and I'm talking to a friend of mine on the phone, Kevin. He's probably here tonight. So I'm talking to Kevin, and we're talking about what's going on. And Kevin says, well, how can I get involved? And I'm like, well, you can download the app for free. But I started telling him about getting a piece of ownership via the tokens. We'll talk more about that in a second. You can get in for free. Most people will. Around the world, most people will. A lot of us, though, are going to look at it as a business. And we're going to want to get involved. And I'll tell you more about that in just a second. But for now, let's say that Kevin was on the phone with me. And he said, hey, Scott, how do I get involved? And I tell him. And he says, okay, well, I'm gonna buy a package. I wanna really go at this. I wanna have some fun. Now, Kevin's gonna change his life because he's really gotten off to a great start, by the way. So I'm on the phone with Kevin, and Kevin says, okay, well, look, I'm gonna go ahead and buy a package, Scott. And he hit buy, and he said, and we're on the phone now. Keep in mind, we're on the phone. He's in, I think, Michigan. And he hits purchase. And he said, okay, I just hit it. And I said, I just got paid. It was like that. Guys, it doesn't matter if he's in Michigan. I'm in Mississippi. That's a southern accent you're hearing. It doesn't matter if he's in India, Timbuktu. It doesn't matter if he's in Japan, Canada, South America, Australia. We are paid in seconds. Seconds. So, think about what's happening here, and I'm about to tell you the really exciting part, but I want you to sort of think about what's happening. A multi-billion-dollar gaming industry marrying multi-billion-dollar interest, creating an environment where people get paid by the second. So if you talk to Paul and his wife and the tennis partner, and you create this massive web, and this incredible web of people are all purchasing credits within the game to play the game, you're looking down there, it's going ding, 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 ding. You got thousands of people. Maybe it's 6 months from now and you've got thousands of people. Maybe it's 6 weeks from now and you got thousands of people. There are people that joined me just in the last few weeks that already have thousands of people. Guys, this thing is moving. And the app that's coming out of the next few days, yeah, you're on the ground floor here. The app is going to go ding, 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 ding when revenue hits your external cryptocurrency wallet in the form of Ripple. Now, there's a lot to absorb there, right? If you're not a cryptocurrency person, I want you to understand what's happening here. You're downloading the app, and then outside of the app, externally over here in your own world, you have what's called a cryptocurrency wallet. For those crypto people, you know what that is. For those that aren't crypto people, it's like a wallet, but it holds cryptocurrency. Now, cryptocurrency, you might have heard of Bitcoin, those things, right? Bitcoin's sort of the mother. Everything sort of bounces off of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's having a big week this week. But there are a lot of other cryptos. We've chosen to pay in Ripple. A lot of big Fortune 500 banks use Ripple. Guys, it's a big deal. It's a really big deal, and Ripple is extremely fast. So, you're paid in Ripple to your external wallet. There's no opportunity for any funny business because you're paid by the second. You're not waiting on some company that might or might not pay you. You're getting paid on the blockchain immediately to your external wallet. Now, once you've got your Ripple, you can turn it into Bitcoin, turn it into cash, go grocery shopping, whatever. We'll talk about that on another night. But guys, don't think cryptocurrency is like monopoly money. Cryptocurrency, with a few button pushes, you've moved that to the grocery store. It's very real. So, I want you to start to round out what's happening here. Did Scott hear about this and go, yeah, I want to be a free player? No, it's not my style. When I heard about it, I said, tell me what to do to be successful. Forget all that free stuff. Tell me how to go at it. And they said, well, Scott, there's a couple of things to think about. Most people in the world are going to download the app and they're going to play for free. They're not going to know that a lot of us are making a lot of money on this massive ecosystem of people that are playing the game. And I said, okay, well, how can I be one of those making money people? And they said, okay, here's how it works. And I want to share this with you. You can buy packages. You don't have to. You can be a player. And even as a player, you can eventually work your way by sharing it enough people with a little $10 snippets. You can eventually work your way into something significant. But I wanted to jump into something significant. So I asked, how do I start? And they said, well, I see that you signed up for free, buy a package. So I'm like, okay, I'm like everybody else. What's the cheapest package? I'm going to do that. Now, guys, I bought a $100 package, not a month, not every once in a while, one time, right? $100. Now, when I paid my $100, I am the product that I'm buying is credits that I can later play in the game. Just like Fortnite or, Candy Crush, all those other things. You buy credits and you play in the game. It's really not exotic, right? You're buying credits. Now, I spent $100. My business partner in Australia, who I'm working with, she said, dude, why did you do that? And I'm like, what do you mean? She said, you needed the $500 package because of this and that and the other thing. And your friend who shared this video with you, they'll go into all of that. When I looked at it, I thought, yeah, it is smarter to do that. So guys, I bought a $500 package. So now I bought a $100 package and I bought a $500 package. Now, stick with me here because this is really interesting. So I spent $600, right? And I got thousands of credits. And we'll talk about my plan there in a second. But I got thousands of credits, but I also got thousands of tokens, utility tokens that are being put out there to drive the company. Now, I feel like the company has a really, really good system. I think they're going to, if they're paying people in seconds and they're growing by the thousands, I feel like their token is going to have future value. So when I get into the back office, they've been nice enough to kind of give me an indicator of what the token is likely to be when it hits their little internal exchange. And so when I get in, I can see my $600 just sitting over here in the form of tokens, tokenomics. Look it up, it's a big business right now. So I can see my $600, it's sitting over here. So basically in my mind, and it's a simple mind, but I moved it out of my savings account into my SuperOne account. That's how I'm looking at it. It's sitting there. I look at it all the time. And it's worth $800 or something right now. So I've moved, not spent, I've moved 600 over here. So I've got thousands of credits. That's what I bought. I was given the tokens. So now I've got thousands of credits. What do I do? Why does that make sense? Let's talk about that for a second. I'm in the South, as you can tell. We are really into football down here. Now, imagine, hopefully, that we have the national championship, tournament coming up in football in whatever, January, right? The playoffs. And let's say that it's LSU and Alabama and Georgia or whatever. There's 4 teams in the college football playoffs. Now, get this. I go to the chat rooms in those, say it's LSU. I go to LSU's chat room and I say, hey guys, anybody want free tickets to the championship game? They're gonna go, yeah. And I'm gonna say, okay, here's my link, download this SuperOne app. They're gonna give away championship tickets. You just gotta play in this tournament, download the app, credits are free, let's have some fun and see if we can win tickets. And they're gonna go, so the app's free? Yeah. So they're gonna download the app and they're gonna get free credits, right? Maybe I give them a few thousand credits just to kind of get them going, right? It's kind of like that drug dealer that goes, psst, hey, first one's free, right? I want credits. I want to give people credits to play the game so that when they run out of credits, they're always coded to me. They're connected to me forever, right? So whether or not LSU does this or that, whether or not they win the national championship game, that person is always coded to me. Now, then I go to the Alabama website, I do the same. I go to Notre Dame's, I do the same. I go to Michigan's, I do the same. I go to Ohio State's and I do the same. And I just given away thousands of credits because I'm planting all of these seeds and I'm getting all of these people to play in my organization. By the way, Kevin, who I talked to, Charlie, who I talked to, whoever I've spoken to about this, they're doing the same. They're going out there and they're sprinkling their credits everywhere. Well, my people are coded to me. The people that I introduce this to are also coded to me. So when they sprinkle credits out there and they get hundreds of people playing games and those hundreds of people are running out of credits and they're going back in to purchase more credits, all of those people don't know there's a business. You and I do. Charlie and Kevin do. If you get involved with this, you will, because you're going to start seeing this money clicking in. But all these thousands of people that start playing the game, they don't know. They're playing a game. They're trying to win LSU tickets, right? So the brilliance in getting in with a package is that you can get into this ecosystem and start creating because you're throwing out credits for all these people to play with you. Guys, it is brilliant. So what happens here? Let's think about this for a second. You're throwing out these credits. Hundreds of people are coded to you. So they're coded to you. Now, they're not going to play by themselves. They're going to tell their golfing buddy, hey, download this game. We got to win these Bama tickets. So they're going to tell people who tell people who tell people who tell people who tell people because you got to play the game with somebody. Why play a game by yourself? You're going to tell friends and family because everybody has their different interest levels and they're going to try to win cruises or whatever. The game spreads naturally. You don't have to light it on fire. It's going to spread naturally. So all those people are coded to me, in this example, to you, because you sprinkled out these seeds. Now, what does that mean? Well, when money is spent in that ecosystem in the form of purchasing credits or people watching advertising and driving revenue into the app, it's driving revenue to you. Because SuperOne has basically said, hey guys, we're fine. It's a multi-billion-dollar world here. We're gonna keep 25%. This is the company talking. We're gonna keep 25%. We'll pay you guys 75%. Go out there and throw the seeds to the world, and we're gonna pay you in different ways. This isn't some hocus pocus pyramid magic, right? It's a company that goes, hey, we're fine. We're gonna keep 25% and we're gonna pay the sales force 75%. Just like insurance or car sales or anything else, right? They're gonna pay their sales force commissions. Maybe not called commissions, but they're gonna pay their sales force to spread the word, right? Now, I'm gonna start to wrap up, but I want you to understand the 3 significant ways that you're going to be paid, and hopefully later this week we'll dive into more detail here because things are improving a little bit in the next few days. But basically, this world that I talked to you about throwing seeds out there, all those people are coded to you, you're deriving revenue from all of that. Now, a minute ago, I talked about Paul and what all he's doing. So let's say you've got Paul and all of his Europe world over here that he's doing, and you've got your sprinkling over here. So you've got these 2, might say, binary worlds going on. Well, all of that volume in the binary world, 2 teams, now you have 2 people at the top, but you might be signing up a bunch of people that are sprinkling in here. So if you're in with your, whoever shared this video with you, they're gonna help you build because they can only put 2. Everybody else has to go under you, right? There's a lot to talk about here. But you've got this binary world. They're gonna pay you, they're gonna pay us, they are paying us. Currently, it's not gonna, they are. The binary revenue, up to a certain amount a week. Now, you might have hit a $5,000 a week payout, a $1,000 a week. We're not talking about $50 a week, guys. This is significant stuff here. Because keep in mind, we've already got thousands. We're gonna have hundreds of thousands this year. Guys, we'll have hundreds of thousands. So how early you get in is going to impact how many people you have under you in this binary world. So there's a lot of opportunity. There's no guarantees. But if you go out there and tell people about a free app and they download it and they play and it derives revenue, you're gonna make money, right? So there's the binary world. So you've got all these people coded to you and you've got this binary thing going on. Now, I mentioned Kevin and Charlie a minute ago. Let's assume Kevin and Charlie are my personal folks. Terry Canova, his wife Kimberly. I've got a big team. I've got several hundred people that are personally connected to me now. Well, when they start earning checks, real-time payments, I'm going to get a match on what they make, depending on where they are, down 7 levels, up to 7 levels down. I've got to earn my way there, right? Like sales manager, director, whatever it is, I've got to earn my way to the 7 levels, but I can get paid an override on 7 generations deep, a match. Let me tell you what this means, guys. I don't know if you're following this exactly. Here I am, and all of this stuff's happened, right? Now somebody is in Germany, and that person in Germany goes, free game, yeah, I'm in. And they download it, they go, oh yeah, World Cup tickets, come on. And they invite 15 of their friends. When their friends or them start purchasing credits to play games or watching advertising in the app, it creates revenue. So this person down here in Germany, maybe they're coded to me. So my app does what? Ding. They purchased a credit, they're coded to me. Ding. They're in my binary. Ding, ding. Not only are they coded to me, they're in my binary, they're also a match maybe because they're on that 6th generation and I'm earning a match. So that person in Germany who doesn't know me, they don't know that there's a revenue being derived. They don't even know it's a business. They just bought this stuff like they would at Candy Crush or Fortnite or whatever, but it's much better because they're winning World Cup tickets, baby. Well, when they purchased it, ding, 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 I get 3 dings because that person who bought that, spent that money 8 generations below me, right? 8 levels, 10 levels, 30 levels, doesn't matter. I'm getting paid what I'm due, whether it's coding, whether it's binary, whether it's match. Guys, this is a ding panacea, right? There's no telling how many dings. In fact, tomorrow, the company made an announcement today that they're paying us a little extra bonus kind of thing tomorrow, and I'm excited because until we have the new app, we've connected to an entity where we're going to get a lot of dings tomorrow, and I can't wait. I'm going to get up in the morning, turn on my volume, turn on my notifications, and wait for my dings to happen tomorrow. Guys, this is real. It's not like, oh, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't happen. These guys have their stuff together. So I'm going to wrap with this. If you have been at all interested in what you've heard tonight, my commitment here is I'm trying to help you grow your business. Now, you might be watching this thinking, easy for this guy to do this. I can't sit here and look at a camera and talk for 30 minutes. Most people can't, right? That's sort of my thing, and that's what I like to offer the team. And not just the team, but anybody that's involved in SuperOne. You can come here, invite your friends here tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, and I'll do the same thing. I'm gonna do it Thursday night, I'm gonna do it Friday night. 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, right here on my wall, I'm gonna be doing this. So you don't have to know everything. You don't have to know anything. You know, one of my old mentors used to say all the time that ignorance on fire is much better than knowledge on ice, right? Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. So you might be completely ignorant about everything I just said for the last 30 minutes, but if you can get 3 or 4 friends tomorrow night to come here, we'll hang out, we'll do this again, right? And then Thursday night, those friends bring friends, and Friday night, those friends' friends bring friends, and by this weekend, you've blown up this big team, and you've started to build this big binary business. Guys, this is going to be a really fun ride. So don't forget 2 things. Number 1, share this video, right? Number 2, what I've got in this video down here below are 3 things. I did a 7-minute video as fast as I could talk. And what I think is good about that video, not that I did a good job, but what's good about it is it's 7 minutes long. So what I've been doing, and I hope you do too, is text friends and say, hey, there's a new game coming out this summer. Apparently you're gonna be able to win huge prizes. It's free to download. Can I just send you this quick little overview? And when they say yes, just send them my little 7-minute video. And then they're gonna hopefully get back to you, or you need to reach back out to them and say, what'd you think? And they're gonna go, how do I do that? And your friend that shared this with you tonight is gonna help you learn how to bring that person involved and get them signed up. And then they can get in. The next thing I shared with you down here is a PowerPoint, very vivid, visual, incredible. Guys, these guys do high-end stuff. And the PowerPoint below here shows you what the app is going to look like. So after you've watched this tonight, watch the PowerPoint down below. And then the last little connection I have here in this live event is how do you get started? Again, not with me, but with whoever shared this video with you tonight. All right. Well, guys, it has been a little long tonight. Sorry that I went a little bit over. I hope that this helped you. I'd love for you to get involved. I've got a personal team. If you're my personal connection here on Facebook, I'll put you on that. But just ask whoever shared this video with you how to get involved. Not just signed up, but involved. We've got some great Facebook support. Really, really, really strong. Once you decide, if you do, to purchase a package, we're going to put you in our SuperOne community group. And that's just for people that are business owners. They don't own part of the business of SuperOne. They just own tokens because they bought credits, and so they're a token owner, right? So, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And if you've ever looked for something and you've been either too shy to ask your friends and family to purchase something, understand what we've got here. Here, you've just got the ability to go, I don't know, you want to play this game with me? They're going to give away World Cup tickets, and your friend's going to go, cool, yeah, I'm in, right? You're not asking them to purchase something each month. You're not asking them to commit to something. You're not asking them to put their social security number online. And I mean, there's lots of things that make this so much easier to have a conversation with anybody. If you've ever wanted something that you could win at, and if you've ever needed it more, do we ever need a little pick-me-up more than we do right now? Guys, this is your time to win. Thank you for jumping on here with me tonight. Have a great night, and I'll see you back here tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Central. Bring some friends, and let's hang out again. Thanks. Bye.